Hi. There are several interrelated aspects to appropriately and effectively conducting hymns at church. Poise. As you conduct, remembering that Heavenly Father loves you and is pleased with your efforts to serve Him by conducting the hymns, even if something doesn't go as planned, can help you maintain your poise. Demeanor. Keeping the message of the hymn in mind will make it easier to have an appropriate demeanor. Preparation. You should prepare to the degree that is reasonable, including coordinating or practicing with the accompanist if feasible. Skills. Skills are important, and this video focuses on the best foundation for your hymn conducting skills. This foundation is sometimes overlooked. Here's an analogy. Many of us can participate in sport activities, but we often take our sense of balance for granted. Without that sense of balance, those activities would be very difficult or impossible. On the other hand, an athlete can use their strong or well-developed sense of balance as a foundation to excel in their sport. The foundation for your hymn conducting skills is often taken for granted, but even conductors who are abundantly blessed with this ability should not neglect strengthening it. You can learn to conduct effectively without this strong foundation, but by developing this foundation, you will be greatly advantaged. This foundation will enable you to use your basic conducting skills and knowledge to determine how to effectively conduct a hymn that is completely unfamiliar to you, by just listening to it. Even without a hymn book in front of you, this foundation will help you keep the correct place in your conducting pattern and will help you quickly recover the correct place in your pattern if something unexpected occurs, for example, if the accompanist skips a beat or two. The best foundation for your hymn conducting skills is the ability to feel the downbeat, possibly feeling it throughout your entire body. The downbeat is the first beat, also known as the first count, in the measure. It immediately follows the bar line in the written music. When conducting, the downbeat is signaled by your hand going straight down. Here are some suggestions for developing and strengthening this foundation, presented as 7 stages of progress. Read through the stages, and use your judgment to adapt them to your needs and to set an appropriate speed for your progress through them. It might take less than an hour, or it could take years, if Heavenly Father has challenged you by giving you little of this foundational ability. Stage 1. Prerequisite. Be able to identify a bar line in written music. Play an MP3 of one of your familiar hymns from the church website while following along in a physical or electronic hymn book. On the downbeat, the first note or count after the bar line, move your conducting hand straight downwards, as if you are striking a drum with a drum stick. Alternatively, you can clap in a straight downward motion if you wish. If you can't play an MP3, you can substitute a skilled accompanist, or your recollection of the hymn if you are quite certain it is accurate and reliable. Stage 2. Prerequisite. Stage 1 successful for a selected hymn, or referred here by Stage 4. Play the MP3 of your selected hymn, and practice the selected hymn without the hymn book in front of you, having someone else following along in the hymn book and observing you. If you are not correctly signaling the downbeat, they should start clapping on the downbeat for you, and stop clapping when you are signaling it correctly again. If no one can assist you, you can proceed as you did in Stage 1, but look away from the hymn book for 1, 2, or more downbeat signals, depending on your level of progress, and then look back at the hymn book to ensure you are still signaling the downbeat correctly. If you find Stage 2 is too challenging, just keep practicing in Stage 1, and return to Stage 2 again at a later time. Stage 3. Prerequisite. Sufficient time completed, practicing with selected hymn. Success in Stage 2 is not required. Gradually begin introducing some of the other hymns you know well, for practice in Stage 1, or Stages 1 and 2, according to your ability. Try to save the hymns with which you are most familiar for Stage 4. Stage 4. Prerequisite. Successfully performing Stage 2 with several hymns. Pick one of the hymns you know best but haven't practiced with yet, and go straight to stage 2, skipping stage 1. If you are not very successful, keep practicing in stage 3, and return to stage 4 at a later time. Stage 5. Prerequisite, sufficient time completed, practicing with selected hymns, success in stages 2, 3, or 4 is not required. Start practicing hymns with which you are less familiar, practicing them in stage 1 followed by stage 2, or starting immediately with stage 2, according to your ability. Stage 6. Prerequisite, you observe your ability is sufficiently developed. Select hymns with which you are not at all familiar, practicing them in stage 1 followed by stage 2, or starting immediately with stage 2, according to your ability. Stage 7. Prerequisite, can vary, use your best judgment. Continuously think of other ways to enhance your ability to feel the downbeat. Try quickly finding the downbeat after starting an MP3 hymn somewhere other than the beginning, or after having someone abruptly jump to another section of the MP3 hymn you are practicing, or after allowing someone to momentarily distract you. Also, you can practice with any music you hear, church music or otherwise. After years of experience with music, including experience as a conductor and an accompanist, I am convinced that the ability to feel the downbeat is the firmest foundation upon which to build your hymn conducting skills. I hope you have a very rewarding experience conducting church music and always strive to please your Heavenly Father with whatever abilities you have. Bye for now.